What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another Destiny What to Use in Weekly Heroic Strike Guide. For the modifiers this week we have Heroic, Specialist, Shath and Airborne. So the two good ones this week are Airborne and Specialist. So basically Airborne makes you deal increased damage whilst in the air. Specialist obviously increases your special weapon damage. So taking all of that into consideration, let's go over some weapons that I would recommend using this week. As far as primaries go, I would always recommend a hand cannon. Hand cannons have by far the best in-air accuracy when you are jumping. If you are a person that is comfortable with jumping and shooting at the same time with your weapon, hand cannons are definitely going to be the best option. If you don't have a decent hand cannon, I do always recommend running a scout rifle. Scout rifles are by far the, probably one of the best weapons for PvE, hands down, just because of the utility that they have. I think one scout rifle that I like to use is mine, not like the others. Definitely scout rifles are still going to be good. As far as special weapons go, you do not have to worry about using anything that has a certain element on. Any special weapon with any element will pretty much go. But again, taking in that Specialist and Airborne, the modifiers this week, you're going to be wanting to use a special weapon that you can jump with and land your shots accurately. So a couple of specials that are capable of doing that would be shotguns, sidearms, and fusion rifles. If you have a decent shotgun or a sidearm or a fusion, definitely recommend using any of these rather than a sniper rifle this week. As far as heavy weapons go, again, you're going to be wanting to use something that is very easy to use whilst you are jumping, so you can take advantage of Airborne. So for me, by far, the easiest option would be Gjallarhorn, or just any other type of rocket launcher, as you can jump up in the air, pop a rocket off, and get loads of damage from that. As far as the Warlock goes this week, I would recommend running Nova Bomb. You could run any of the other two subclasses as well, as long as you are actually jumping in the air and actually getting more damage off that way. But for me, Voidwalker just seems to be the easier option. When you're about to shoot off your Nova Bomb, jump up in the air, shoot your Nova Bomb, and then you're taking advantage of Airborne straight away. So by far, definitely recommend Voidwalker this week. Anyway, let's move on to the Hunters. So for the Hunters, I would definitely recommend a few things this week. The first one would have to start off with the Golden Gun with the Celestial Nighthawk exotic helmet. Celestial Nighthawk, if you don't know what it does, basically buffs your Golden Gun damage. You get one shot, but it deals 6 times the amount of damage. So that's basically 6 Golden Gun shots in one. So definitely a very good setup this week, especially with Airborne is on. Make sure that if you are using this class setup, to jump when you use your super, and then again Airborne will be taken into consideration and your Golden Gun will deal even more damage. Another class setup that you could use would be Night Stalker. Night Stalker, again, by far one of the best PvE subclasses, at least in my opinion. Great utility, just all around fun to use. Obviously, again, you're making orbs of light for your teammates, you're buffing you and your teammates' damage, and in general, it's just a great PvE subclass to use all around. So anyway, let's move on to the Titans. Last but not least, again, for Titans, you do have a couple of options this week. As always, with Airborne being a modifier this week, I never recommend running Striker, as when you Titan Smash, your Titan Smash again does not, obviously you're not going to be taking advantage of Airborne at all whatsoever. Even if you have, say, Death from Above on, you jump up in the air and then you still end up hitting the floor, so Airborne is not taken into consideration. You could go for a shoulder charge build with the Peregrine Greaves. It might be something fun to mess around with, but again, Super is going to be pretty naff in my opinion. My go-to this week would be Sunbreaker. Now, you do have a couple of options as far as Sunbreaker goes. You could just go for the normal, Melting Point Forge Master build with the Cauterizing Explosive Pyro, or you could actually change it up a bit and go with Suncharge. Suncharge, again, make sure you jump in whilst you use this and you will be taking advantage of Airborne just like you would with Shoulder Charge. Very easy to use, but definitely Sunbreaker is a very good option. Also, you could use Defender as well. Mainly recommend this if you're more comfortable not having a super, or if you're playing with a couple of buddies of yours and you obviously are going to be melting bosses with Weapons of Light and your special weapon. jumping around with shotguns and wanting to melt bosses really quickly, that would be a perfect option as well. But anyway, hopefully this gives you an idea on what to use this week. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for future Destiny content. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.